What the car industry doesn't want you to know. Something terrifying caught my attention lately. Something lurking beneath the sleek, shiny surface of those electric cars everyone's so hyped about. We're told they're the future, clean and green. But what if that's just another carefully crafted illusion? What if the very materials making them better are hiding a darker truth? A secret that could change everything you thought you knew about the automotive world. Let me tell you something that will shock you. This is absolutely insane, and they're hiding it. We're talking about carbon, specifically carbon fiber. It's in everything now, from your fancy sports cars to those supposedly eco-friendly electric vehicles. They tell you it makes cars lighter, faster, more efficient. And sure, on the surface, that sounds great, right? Less weight means better range for EVs, more speed for performance cars. But what they're not screaming from the rooftops is the sinister side of this miracle material. By the way, if you're enjoying this kind of dark automotive deep dive, definitely stick around. I expose stuff like this pretty regularly. Quick thing, if this kind of automotive truth interests you, you might want to subscribe because I dig into dark topics like this all the time. Now here's where it gets really disturbing. This isn't just about a material, it's about the very heart of the electric car, the battery. Lithium-ion batteries, the powerhouses of EVs, are packed with hazardous materials. And the manufacturing process? It's a mess. It releases toxic dust particles. Lithium, cobalt, nickel, manganese, graphite. Exposure to this stuff can lead to serious health issues for workers, respiratory problems, long-term diseases, and the dust itself? It's combustible. We're talking about fire and explosion risks right there in the factories where these clean cars are born. Honestly, I think this is terrifying. That reminds me of something else they don't want you to know. The automotive industry has a long, dark history of cover-ups and hidden dangers. Remember the Ford Pinto? Ford knew that if it was hit from behind, the fuel tank could rupture and explode. They literally calculated that it would be cheaper to pay out lawsuits for people burned alive than to fix the problem. Or the GM ignition switch scandal. For years, GM ignored a deadly defect that caused cars to shut off while driving, disabling airbags and brakes. They knew about it, but cost concerns kept them from a full recall. And the Takata airbags. Exploding shrapnel, dozens of deaths, hundreds of injuries. These aren't isolated incidents, they're a pattern of prioritizing profit over human lives. Now, this is where it gets really sinister. The same companies that have a track record of hiding defects and putting people at risk are the ones pushing this new electric revolution. They're telling us it's all about saving the planet. But what about the hidden costs, the unseen dangers in the production chain? A study from Princeton University found that if countries like China and India fully domesticate their EV battery supply chains, it could drive national sulfur dioxide emissions up by as much as 20%. Most of that comes from refining nickel and cobalt, essential battery materials. So while we might not see the pollution from our tailpipes, it's just being offloaded somewhere else, creating pollution hotspots near manufacturing centers. It's a massive cover-up, a shell game where the environmental burden is simply shifted out of sight, out of mind. Speaking of that, let me tell you about the real reason why they're so good at selling us these narratives. It's all about emotional manipulation. Think about buying a car. Dealerships are masters of this. They want you to feel excited, to fall in love with the car. They'll get you to test drive it, adjust the seat, turn on your favorite radio station, make you feel like it's already yours. That feeling of euphoria, they're counting on it. Because when your emotions are high, your logical brain takes a back seat. They use urgency, scarcity, making you feel like you'll miss out on a deal if you don't act now. They'll even try to make you feel bad for the salesperson if you don't buy those expensive add-ons. It's a game, and they're playing with your feelings to get you to sign on the dotted line. Comment below what you think about this dark revelation. Have you ever felt manipulated at a dealership? Share this with someone who needs to know the truth. Honestly, I think this is terrifying. The way they control the narrative, the way they hide the true costs, the way they play on our emotions. It's not just about the cars themselves, it's about the entire system. From the mining of raw materials for batteries, which often involves environmental exploitation and even child labor in places like the Democratic Republic of Congo for cobalt, to the disposal of these complex materials,
there's a hidden dark side. When these lithium-ion batteries are exposed to high temperatures or damaged, they can catch fire or even explode, releasing toxic gases like carbon monoxide and hydrogen cyanide. And even after a fire, they can reignite spontaneously, making them incredibly dangerous to deal with. Here's the dark truth. The automotive industry, for all its innovation, has a consistent history of putting profits before people and the planet. We've seen it with faulty designs, with emissions cheating, and now we're seeing it with the hidden dangers of the electric vehicle revolution. It's not just about the tailpipe emissions, it's about the entire life cycle of the vehicle, from cradle to grave. And a lot of folks don't talk about this dark side, but it's crucial that we do. Makes you wonder what else they're hiding, doesn't it? What would you do if you discovered this about your car? Is this really progress, or just another corporate deception? In my view, this is a massive cover-up, a carefully constructed illusion designed to keep us buying into their vision of the future without asking too many uncomfortable questions. They want us to believe that electric cars are a magic bullet, but the reality is far more complex and, frankly, far more disturbing. The push for lightweight materials like carbon fiber, while seemingly beneficial, comes with its own environmental and health risks at the end of the vehicle's life. The manufacturing of batteries, while out of sight for most consumers, is a dirty business with significant pollution and health hazards for workers. And the disposal of these batteries? A ticking bomb of toxic materials and fire risks. This just doesn't sit right with me at all.
We're being sold a dream. But the nightmares are real, and they're happening behind closed doors, in factories far away, and in the very materials that make up these advanced vehicles. The automotive industry has always been about pushing boundaries, but sometimes those boundaries are ethical ones, and they're being crossed with alarming regularity. Subscribe for more dark automotive revelations. Like if you agree this is disturbing. Share this video to expose the truth. We need to keep digging, keep asking questions, and keep holding these powerful corporations accountable for the secrets they're trying to bury. Because the truth, no matter how dark, deserves to see the light.